Hello engineers and welcome back to the DevSecOps series. So in our today's video, we will be learning about the tool which is called as OWASP dependency check, and we will accomplish what is called as SCA, software composition analysis, using this tool. So what we are going to learn is how to use the CLI of this particular dependency check tool, as well as how to add configurations to our project and trigger scans of this particular CA for any kind of project. So here we will take the same project that we have used in our previous example for SAST. So the vulnerable application is what we are going to reuse in this particular video as well. So in order to do that, let's first navigate to our GitHub account and get this particular project. Okay, the DevSecOps series hands-on practice project is what we have to see. But before that, let's see what we have done till now. So up till the slides are updated, the up to the SCA, we will be covering DAST in our future videos once we complete all these things. Okay, so here we have updated the SAST SCA and the SAST with SonarCube video, and you can see the link to hands-on practice project is given over here and redirects to the project group. So here it is, and then for SCA is what we have to do today. So we'll go into this particular folder. Okay, and see, this is the web application, I mean vulnerable application that we have to use. Now how to use this OWASP dependency check for Java Gradle projects, that is one thing. And two methods are there, using dependency CLI as I mentioned, and then setting up the dependency check with Gradle. So before moving ahead, I would like to clone this particular project in our machine. So how to do that? Go to this particular SSH tab. I mean, click over here, then go over here and then copy it. Come to you know what we say, terminal. Let it open, and once we are over here, okay, we'll go to a folder which is a CD OneDrive in my desktop, then DevSecOps series. Okay, and let's see, we have this hands-on project and temp folder as well, and I will create a new folder, okay, which is temp2, let's say, okay, for our project practice purpose. Oh, sorry, I guess you cannot see this one. Okay, I'll be talked over here. Okay, so temp2 is what we'll create, then we'll navigate to temp2, and now here I'll add git clone and then this particular command. So now let's see if the project is there. Okay, we'll go to this DevSecOps project. Okay, and okay, now we can see, just a second, we can see that we have this particular thing wherein we have to go into the SCA folder. So we'll again go to the SCA CD SCA, okay, and check we have the vulnerable application. Okay, this is one thing. Now we have got our project. Now what to do with it? So we'll come back to the SCA and the vulnerable application, and let's go over here and read the documentation of what we have to do. So before that, if you want to set this particular project up, you have this setup guide in which you will need to know how to set this particular project up, what are the prerequisites for it. So you will need a Java JDK 17, Gradle 7. So we have done this thing in our previous video. So if you are not aware about how to set this thing up, you can watch this particular video which is linked over here, for which is fast for Spring Boot. Okay, I mean, sorry, SonarQube for SAST. Okay, in which we have configured this entire project and learned how to create this particular jar file out of it. So let's go to the setup guide. Okay, sorry, not the setup guide, the README file. So here, what are the prerequisites? We are going first requiring the OWASP dependency check CLI. So that is why, I mean, as I mentioned, there are two methods of using it. Okay, either you use the OWASP dependency check, use CLI, and then configure it in the Gradle. So what we'll do first, we will have to manually install the Gradle CLI. Number one, the dependency will be here you see it is added as a dependency or a library, third party library. So Gradle will pull this particular dependency and then run its scanner, and then create the results for it, the files for it. So first let's see how to do with the CLI stuff. So navigate to the official OWASP dependency check page and download the CLI tool. So either you can click over here or go to this official docs page. Okay, and you can see some of the information regarding the OWASP dependency SCA tool. So let's close this one. So the dependency check is a software composition analysis. Remember that thing, that attempts to detect publicly disclosed vulnerabilities contained within a project's dependency. So you should always remember SAST is used for code scanning and SCA is used for dependency scanning or third party library scanning. Now, what does it do? It does this by determining the common platform enumeration (CPE) identifier for a given dependency. Okay, where it is coming from? What is I mean, where in which projects this particular library or component is supposed to be used, and then it, if found, it will generate a report linking to associated CVE entries. Okay, so it will check first what dependency is being used using the CPE, and what are the different available vulnerabilities that are published in the national vulnerability database. Over. So see here, you can see using components of known vulnerabilities, and you can see uh, it will check the NVD, okay, national vulnerability database. If you want to check what is that one, you can go over here, nvd.nist.gov vulnerable search. So let it load. So it has a command line interface, as I mentioned, as well as Maven plugin and task plugin. You can see what is available. So CLI, Maven, Gradle plugin, Mac Homebrew, and all this stuff. So here you can see this particular database. I think we have discussed in a previous video. I'll link it if we have done, or if not, we will further discuss it in some another video. So, how to set this thing up? First, you have to click this one, and it will download a binary file. Okay, so let's try to do it command line, or else, as I mentioned, we can do it from there as well. So, once it is downloaded, okay, let's go. Okay, let's see what is the further instruction. So now, unzip this particular downloaded file and store it in the location. Okay, so wherever you can see, now I have already done that. I have already unzipped it. I will show you where it is in the opt/dependency check. So I'll copy this one. So you have to do this particular thing. Okay. Oh, sorry, no such file or directory. Why? I think the name is different. Gradle. Oh, sorry. I copied it to another folder, which is CD, this one, ls hyphen a. Sorry, not this. CD slash mnt. It's quite confusing for me. That's why I have written this instruction later on to, oh, sorry, C slash users slash. Okay. So we have to go in this particular, oh, sorry. Okay. Now, if you see, we have, oh, so let me clear this thing. Oh, clear. Okay, so here you can see I have this dependency check folder, and we'll go into this dependency check folder. Oh, sorry, CD, why are you not taking the full name? Okay, so here you can see the bin data ls again. Bin is where we have the library or this shell file which is supposed to be running. Okay, cd bin, you can see dependency check.bat, dependency check.sh. So bat will be for Windows, sh will be for our particular shell script. Okay, then we can go cd back and we can see, oh sorry, ls. So cd data is where our particular db is present, so that here nvd database will be stored. Okay, so that is what we have to do. So in your machine, what you have to do is, oh sorry, you have to extract this particular file to this particular folder base, and then you have to add it. Okay, add it to the add this particular path to dependency check file in the bash rc as alias. So that is what you have to do, and once you do this particular thing, what you will do, what will happen whenever you will type, okay, alias is what, dependency check. So whenever from your terminal, anywhere be there it be, so if you do this particular thing, if you write dependency check from your CLI, what will happen? It will run that particular sh dependency sh script. Okay, so here you can see we have got the dependency CLI, the dependency check tool CLI. And how to scan it? We will have different options. Okay, here you can see format, HTML format, XML format, or CSV, JSON, and all these different things. NVIDIA API key is what required now. Okay, so before doing this thing, I have written that dependency check GitHub repo is here. You can go and check this one. Okay, and from here, what you have to do is request an NVIDIA API key. So either you can directly click it and send an email to the NVIDIA for getting your API key. Okay, enter your email address and organization info, and in response, you will be getting the API key which is used to connect to NVIDIA database. But that is required to update this particular database. If you don't do it, it would work just fine, but it will take a lot of time for you to do that. So let's click over here and see how to request an API key. So here you can write your organization name and then email address, and then please select your organization time, whatever it may be. And if you click the submit button, now you will get a key. So how does it looks like in the email? We'll just check it. So here is what I got as email. And once I click it over here, okay, if your keys are not activated within 7 days by clicking this particular link, you will have to go over here, and then it's right now it is showing invalid activation key for me, because once it gives you the particular key, it would uh, be only one time view. So that's why it is showing me that your activation link right now is invalid, but you can resubmit an API key request and get it again. So for you, it will demonstrate one particular token over there, and that is what you have to save in somewhere, so that you can use it whenever you require to fetch the database from NVIDIA. Okay, cool. So you can go over here as well, and you can see dependency check has moved from using NVIDIA data feed to the NVIDIA API, and user dependency check are highly encouraged to use the API key. So this is the same thing that you have to request over there. Okay, this is from the their GitHub account. So now from here, next is what we have to do is, as we have already done the alias, and we can invoke this script. Okay, dependency check script. So now what you have to do, navigate to the folder where the jar or executable file is. So right now we have not yet built the project, so let's go in the project and first clear this thing. Okay, navigate to, okay, cd OneDrive. then desktop, DevSecOps, then M2 folder and vulnerability. Okay, CD, DevSecOps, SCA, okay, and vulnerable application. Okay, now cool, we have this thing. Now if you get some error related to Gradle project, okay, if we talk about Gradle W, it would require for previous application, I mean previous example, we had this particular Gradle version 4.0. So if you have that particular 4.0 version, now you need to upgrade to something which is greater than 7.0. So if you see this troubleshoot document, here I have written all the steps that you can do to, update your Gradle version to 7.0. So open the official installation guide, get the binary only file. You can either get it from here, as well as you can just click this particular button and the download would start. Okay. So I have not clicked it. Okay. Here you see, you can get the binary only. Where is it? This one for manual installation. Okay. Binary only, and then you can do this particular steps, follow these things, make a directory, opt Gradle, and unzip this thing over there, and then again add it to your uh, alias, okay, as this one Gradle. So that is how it will do. And if there were previous Gradle in versions installed, you can remove it using the sudo apt. And then now if you execute this particular command, what you need to see is, oh sorry, this one. Okay, you need to be able to see this. Okay, Gradle version is what? 8.14, which is latest. So okay, cool. Now what we will do is Gradle build is what we have to do. Gradle build. So let's now what will happen? This Gradle project will be built. The packages would be fetched. The dependency package would be fetched as well along with it, and then it will create the binary for our application. Okay, so binary is it means what? The jar file. So let's wait for this particular thing to complete. And meanwhile, I will tell you something about dependency check. So whenever you will get this particular CLI, what will happen for the first scan? The dependency check would try to fetch the data and update it in your local host or local machine in a particular database that I showed you previously. So it will take much time. So if you have your API key, it will be completed in either 3 to 5 minutes, or else if you don't have that particular key, it would take about half an hour. So I highly recommend you get the API key before you try to execute this particular thing. So let's see, it shows build fail because we have some results failing, as I already mentioned in our previous videos. So we can open now the know this one folder. We can go to the DevSecOps series. Oh, sorry, this not this one. Temp2 folder. Okay, and DevSecOps hands-on practice. We can go to the SCA now, vulnerable application, and then we can see build file, and the library is created with this particular jar files. Okay, 2 jar files. This is what we have to analyze. So now we have this application, jar application over here. Okay, clear this thing first. Go to the build folder. Okay, build and slash library folder, and we can see, okay, vulnerable application, plain jar, and snapshot jar. So this is what we have to see now. Okay, so the snapshot.jar is what we have to analyze because it is the actual file which contains all the code or the application. So how to do it? Again, go to the documentation. Now it's not that I do not remember, that's why I'm going back to the doc, but I want to show you how to do it if you are not watching this video, or if you are trying to do it completely off the hood. So here you can see, navigate to the folder where the jar file is present. And then you can see by ls we have this particular two things over here. Now execute the following command to scan the jar files for the SCA finding. So you can do this with this particular command. So copy this thing. Okay, go back to the terminal and paste it over here. Now the API key that you downloaded should go over here. Okay, instead of this your API key. Now I have already done that particular part and my database is already up to date, so I will not do it again. So what will happen is it will, I mean, I'll show you one video of how it works when you kind of give this API key. So this is how it works. You can see that the dependencies or not dependency, the data has been cloned to your local host, and by sudden if not sudden, by accident, if you somehow terminated this process, then the data would be corrupted. So you can you know use the data purge, okay, sorry, dependency check purge command to delete this particular database. So what you have to do is, okay, I'll just copy this thing. Oh, sorry, already we have already copied. What you have to do if your database is it got corrupted, you have to do dependency hyphen check and hyphen purge, and that will clear the database, and then again you can try to invoke that particular thing, okay, using this command. Okay, so let's start by scanning this particular file. So it will take some time to do it, because if it again fetches the updated database, then it would take time. But okay, we already have the NVD API update. It was completed within last 240 minutes. That's why it is not checking it again. So now see, skipping all this update check because it was done just now. So now you have started this particular thing and the analysis has been done. Okay, finished archive analyzer in 4 seconds, 1 second, some stuff, and then the results have been returned to the HTML report in this particular folder and dependency check report.html file. Okay, that's why we have over here given that what for format do we want. We want it in HTML format. You can see what different formats are available. Okay, let me clear this thing. Oh, sorry, why I do a lot of typing mistakes. So I'll do dependency check again. Okay, so here you can see what are the different formats. Okay, HTML, XML, CSV, JSON, JUnit, Serif, Jenkins, and all these different stuff is what you can see. And what is default? Let's say the default is HTML, and multiple formats can be specified, and where it is stored. Okay, scan is what you have to use, and then you have to give the path to your application. That is what we did previously, and then you can give it to the jar file. And if you have to suppress some false positive, then you can do it over here. And also if you want to output this particular data in a specific folder, then you can give it over here, the folder to write reports to. Okay, this is the default currently, and default will be in the same directory. So that's why when we got this particular dependency check HTML check report over here itself. So now once we open this, what do you get to see? Okay, a lot of things. Okay, how to read the report, you can navigate this thing. Okay, and go to the official documentation where it shows how you have to supposed to use this report for your purpose. The top report contains a list of identify vulnerable components. So that's what we have done. Identify the third party library tools or components that we have consumed, and then it shows by clicking on show vulnerable dependencies linked. It expands this thing and include all the dependency scans. Okay, so here it is. Here you can what is it showing? Display showing vulnerable dependencies, and click to show all. So if you click, it will show all the listed components that you have which are not detected here. Okay, high severity, no severity, anything like that. Okay, and if you only want to see vulnerable data, okay, showing vulnerable dependencies only. So here you can see I'll sort it with critical and all these things. So here you can see what is the name of dependency, log4j core 22.14.1 jar. Okay, what is the ID of this thing, CPE. As I mentioned, it will first identify all the libraries that are there in your application, and then it will check against the NVD national vulnerability data for finding if there are any. Oh, sorry, I think it was a very small, so I just wanted to expand it. Okay, so now what it has done is check this particular application against the database and found out that this application is very highly severe and is of critical vulnerability. What are the different CVE counts? Four CVEs have been found out in this particular package, which is log4j. Okay, and evidence count is what? Okay, how many places it has found it. So evidence count, the quantity of data extracted from the dependency that was used to identify the CPE. That is what evidence count is. So how many things we have gathered to identify this particular um what we say package, and then only we are showing you this particular vulnerability. So CVE count, the number of CVE associated. Okay, how many CVEs it has found in it? Four type of CVEs, and highest severities. Then okay, we have the Maven group artifact. Then common platform innovation and CPE confidence is a ranking of how confident dependency check is that CPE was identified correctly. So we have identified your component correctly. That is what CPE confidence shows. Okay. So highest is what it. I mean, it's pretty confident that he have found out all these things. So that's why. So now you can see over here how many vulnerabilities are present in this particular application, which is Tomcat embedded 10.0, sorry 10.1.8 and all these things. You can see critical, high, and medium level vulnerabilities are being found out in this particular versions of these packages. So you can see bouncy castle application. Now what we have to do in order to remediate these things? Okay, so here you can see dependencies are vulnerable. Vulnerable application bcprov jdk 15.jar is vulnerable, and now you can see what are the published vulnerabilities out for it. CVEs that I mentioned. Okay, bcprov. Let's see where it is. Bcprov. Okay, bcprov jdk 1.16. It has five different vulnerabilities. It shows. Okay, CVE count. And then here you can see what are the different CVs it has. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this is how you can see all the data of your I mean detected data, and you can then remediate it by finding the proper version that you want to upgrade it. Either you will try to update all these versions to the latest one, or you can also try to uh, you know check for other available versions or alternative uh, packages that could be used. So this is how you have to move ahead with the dependency check. And now we'll check how we can add this particular oh sorry yeah, how we'll use this particular other type of method to configure the dependency scan for, I mean dependency scan check, sorry, dependency check for our application. So here you can add this particular kind of code in your application. So I have added this org.owasp as a plugin. Okay, 8.4 using the latest version. Then I have added this dependency check configuration in the build.gradle file. Okay, I'll just quickly show you how to do it. Clear. Okay, open it in VS Code. Okay. Yes, I trust this particular author. Oh, sorry. What is it? Oh, it is in library folder. Okay, I don't want this one. I'll go cd space dot slash dot slash. Okay, now I'll do the code dot. So again I would like to trust the authors and see the build.gradle file. Okay, so here you can see I have this OWASP dependency check. Then at the end, okay, I have kept these things as it is, and then I have done this dependency check configuration uh, steps is what I have added. Okay, so failed on builds CSV CVSS, sorry, format are this. Okay, there are four formats that we will create this particular result for. Then output directory is this dependency check. It will go in build reports, and then there would be one dependency check folder created, and then it would, okay, do these things. Okay, analyzer configuration are what added over here, but I don't want to go in it. I'll just show you quickly how to run this particular stuff. So I'll check for what are the different tasks right now available. So I'll run gradle task to check what are the things available for me for dependency check plugin or the task that we have created just now. So here you can see overall dependency check task is what we can see. Dependency check aggregator, what does it do? Identify and reports known vulnerabilities in multi-project dependency. So if we have different projects in the same base project, then we can use this check aggregator. It will aggregate all these things. Then check analyze is what we will need to use to identify and report vulnerabilities in the project dependencies. Then purchase the local cache of NVD. As I mentioned, if there is one error that you get while fetching this data, NVD national vulnerability data, then it is what you have to do. Dependency check purge, and then dependency check update, downloads and stores updates from the NVD database. So now what we will do is we'll have to run this task. So okay, what we have to do is gradle dependency dependency. What was that? Analyzer, right? That's why I refer to this particular thing. Okay, dependency check analyze. Okay, so we'll go dependency check analyze. Oh, sorry, dependency. I think it wasn't copied. Check NLYCD, bro. So now it will run this particular thing for us, dependency check analyze, and what it will create is the different reports that we have mentioned over here. What happened? Okay, it failed. Oh, we have just asked it to fail on finding different threshold of vulnerability, so that's why it is failing. So we'll navigate over here and check if there is anything in the build folder for us in the reports. Okay, so here you can see a dependency check folder is created, and now if you go, you can see different type of formats that are created. So CSV file, JSON file, what is this one? Document file, and then HTML document. So we'll again open this thing. Now you can find out that this is the similar result that we can check from there. Okay, so I'll just go to this critical. Now you can see what it has found. I think it is showing the same result. I'm not sure. There would be something more if it finds out. You can try and test it and tell me how the results are. But so far I can see log4j, XML, Tomcat, all these things are pretty much similar to it. So nothing big of a difference if you either use the CLI or you use the plugin to do this particular thing. So now we can see in the bottom where it is getting all this database from. So here you can find out. Okay, this report may contain data retrieved from NVD, one CISA KEV catalog, GitHub advisory database via NPM audit API, retired JS, and then Sonatype OSS index. So that's why you can see multiple types of findings mentioned over here. And now you can be sure that your database is checked with, I mean, your application is checked for vulnerabilities using these different databases that we have. So again, you can see for false positives and false negatives, you can use this particular configuration to suppress false positives or false negatives and all the different things. And okay, that is how you configure this OWASP dependency check for your application. Let's see if there is anything remaining. Okay, understanding vulnerability report is what you can do. Okay, HTML report is created, and then summary section. Okay, overall project risk score and all these different thing. Dependency details. Okay, file name NCP. Vulnerability details is what you can find. Then interpreting CVSS score is what we have to do. Okay, for anything which is above 7 is high, and critical above 9 is critical. So this is what we have to first remediate. Okay, in the priority list. Then for false positive, I have added that you can add this particular XML configuration and suppress this thing. And if you want to integrate it in your CI/CD, we have okay, again written some steps over here that you can use to add it in your configurations. And then what are the different best practices? This is what you can read for your extra knowledge. And what is the conclusion? OWASP dependency check is a powerful tool for identifying vulnerable components in your Gradle file, and all these things is what you need to accomplish SCA for your application. So that's how you do it, my boy. So what we have learned till now, first is SAST using SonarCube. Now we have learned what is dependency check, how to use this particular dependency check to configure SCA for your application. Okay, we have seen two types, either CLI or the plugin version for Java application. So that's it, I guess, for this particular video. And in the next video, we will be learning about. Oh, sorry, is this one? Okay. In the next video, we will be learning about um, how to use GitHub Advanced Security, in which we will get to see three different functionalities, which is SCA, SAST, as well as secret scanning. So stay tuned till then, and I would like, if you give me the feedback after you have configured all these things on your machine and tried out these things. Let me know if you have any error meanwhile when you are kind of trying to do it. So that's all for today, and see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning.